YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, if you're not, thanks so much for stopping back by. I really appreciate it. Today I'm diving back into some budgeting with my September budget with me video. So I will be telling you guys what I plan to do with my money in September. So first up, you can see I have my little spreadsheet up for y'all, and I decided to do something fun and kind of like reveal the numbers. So we will start with housing and utilities, and that is gonna be my mortgage payment, which, if you didn't know, it did go down I think like $25 a month because the total went down, and this is split with my partner. So really happy about that. And then I am budgeting $100 for my electricity bill. It's usually under that once you split it, but we will see. AC is expensive. And then for the water bill, I have budgeted half, and we actually pay that at the very end of the prior month. So it is already paid. And then for internet, I just pay $45 a month flat. And trash, we pay $28 a month, so I pay $14. And then my phone bill, I have actually a limited data plan because I used to pay like 50 something, and now I dropped it to save a little money because I don't use my phone hardly at all outside of the house. And so yeah, got that down to $37.89. And then for propane, I am saving $60 towards that this month because propane costs are up right now, and they totally wrecked us in August. We spent so much on propane. We spent $513 to fill our tank for this fall, and then we pre-bought to try to save some money for the winter. And we pre-bought 400 gallons, and that was $808 like up front. So we did all that in August, pulling from like savings and things like that. And so I did not have enough saved, even though I've been putting $45 a month back for propane. I didn't have enough to cover that. And so I've decided to up that to $60 a month, and just hopefully that will help at least soften the blow in the future. Next up, we're diving into my auto expenses, and I just put my insurance and my fuel cost there. And so I have $99.23 put towards auto insurance. The bill is already there, but it automatically withdraws on the 1st. So I have not actually paid it yet. And then fuel, I budget $115. Fuel has been crazy, and I have been driving a little bit more, just with going to the office like once in a while. I think I went in twice in August, and that was just a little bit more gas, and then we did do a little bit of traveling. So I'm just budgeting $115, and if I go under, that will be great. Next up, we are down to my debt payments. I am planning to pay my minimum auto loan payment, which is $443.83. And then I do plan to make an extra payment of $650, which constitutes what I used to budget it like $150 and $500 separate, just because the $150 was actually the student loan payment, but I wasn't actually paying it towards student loans, so I just put it in one line and put 0 for student loan. But essentially, I am planning to pay $650 towards my towards my auto loan, and fingers crossed that can happen. I do know I have to do some auto maintenance on my car. I have an oil leak. Some of the studs with the wheels need replaced, and God knows what else once it gets put in the shop. So we will just see what I can actually put towards that debt. But I really want to do it because it feels so close to pay off. So I really want to do it. Then we'll move on to food. I budget $150 a month for groceries, and then I'm dropping my personal fast food to like $10 because I didn't really go out that much in August, other than like when we were on a short trip. And so I'm just gonna put $10 there. I don't have any big plans to like go really that many places or anything in September, so hopefully that'll be enough. And then eating out together, so that's eating out with friends or with Travis, and I'm putting that at $50. So if it's a cheaper place, I can probably make it work for $25. If I'm covering somebody else's bill, $50 would probably be all right. And that's about one, maybe 2 trips, depending on where we were to go. Next up, we will dive into my savings section, which is probably my favorite because it's like I'm giving myself money, which is really cool. So the first thing is my Roth IRA. I put $100 a month in there, and I don't know if I'll post this video before the other one, but I did record a retirement video going over all of my accounts, not just the IRA. So rest assured that I do contribute to a 401k and an HSA, but that's pre-tax. So my budget document is my net income, not my gross income. So like I only show you guys what I'm taking home and how I'm spending that money. So keep that in mind. And then next up is my home projects fund. That is at $100 as usual. I wish I could put more there right now, but I just feel like I want to pay off my debt first. And then auto maintenance, I have 25 put in there. I did save like 350 in July, I think. And so that's still waiting to be spent. So I'm not like going hard there right now. It just depends on if I can get my car in the shop or not. And then for my new phone fund, I'm putting $10. Fun fact, I have a Galaxy A10, which I love the size of this phone, but it is not great anymore. When I first got it, it was way faster than my old phone because I had a cracked iPhone 6 at the beginning of 2020 when I got this phone. And shout out to Travis because he actually is the one that bought this for me for Christmas because he is a gem. But the phone is only 32 gigs, and even though I have 128 gigs storage extra, like on an SD card, like most of the apps won't let me put it on the SD card. And I have Spotify Premium, so I have downloaded over 5 gigs of music because I do a lot of running and we live somewhere that I can't just stream it whenever I want. I have to have
Towards
a
new
phone.
It's
not
still,
because girl really needs me.
I have been running into
significant like storage issues.
Apps are crashing.
And at this point, open them because there's not enough storage.
It's to the point where I'm pretty darn close to putting
I've had to delete
like
most of my apps, like all my rewards apps and stuff. I've had to delete,
never having storage.
So I can't take pictures. I can't take videos.
Like a little bit of money.
Just nonstop annoying things going on. And I did even go through my music and delete a bunch of songs. I think I deleted like at least half a gig of songs, but I just can't do without all my music. Okay. So anyway, that's the new phone fund, and my tangent is over on that. Next up, we have vacation fund. I'm putting 50 a month there. I used to only put 30, but I do have a big bachelorette trip and 2 weddings in the first half of 2022. And the bachelorette trip may or may not require a $450 flight. And then one of the weddings is going to require like another $400 flight, probably, at least, if not double that for bringing my partner. So I definitely need to save a little more towards like vacations because I want to make sure I can easily afford those trips to make sure that I'm there for my besties. So next up, we have my gifts fund. I put $15 a month there. Sometimes I just spend it and not put it in a sinking fund, but this month I believe, actually I'll probably spend it this month because Trav's nephew has his birthday in September. So it is what it is. I try to save for Christmas, but somebody else that does budget videos said like start saving for Christmas now. And although I have this gift fund and sometimes I put money in it, sometimes I spend it, I do actually save money for Christmas by saving up all of my credit card cash back. I'm saving all that towards Christmas. So right now I think I'm at like $200 something of cash back. And so I'm hoping by Christmas I'll be around 300, and I'll get a third check in December as well. So then that way I'll be able to like cover Christmas pretty easily. So that's my plan. And then next up, my house maintenance fund. I actually dropped that 25 so I could still do my 650 on my debt payment, and because I already have 100 towards home projects. So for now, 25 will be good for a month in the house maintenance fund. Hopefully in October I can bump that back to 50. And then my emergency fund is $50. I never waver on that. I always put $50 in there. There's no wiggle room. $50 goes every month. And that's that. I do have over a month of emergency fund, but I'm not quite to 2 months yet because $50 a month doesn't really get you there that quickly. But I am trying, so I try not to ever take away from my emergency fund unless I absolutely have to. And I haven't spent anything out of it in like, I don't know, at least since after we bought our house is when I probably haven't spent anything out of it because I did drain my savings quite a bit to do a down payment on our house back then, which was like June 2020. Anyway, next up we have my entertainment, which is kind of just my subscription costs, and I've got Spotify Premium, as I mentioned before, Amazon Prime Video / just Prime in general. I get a good discount, and then CBS All Access. Due to the discount on Prime, I went ahead and bought the CBS All Access too because we like it. Hulu, I have a Black Friday deal on that, so it's super cheap. And then I do have one subscription on Substack to a podcast that I really like, and that's $5. Lastly, we have my miscellaneous expenses. I put down there. We have dog food and treats, so I'll be spending $35 next month between a 150-pound bag of dog food and maybe some treats or a toy or something. And then household items, I always put $50. Usually that covers whatever I need for the month, so hopefully that'll be good. And Trav usually picks up whatever else we need later in the month, so we're good there. Personal spending, I have set to 75 instead of 50. One, because I always go over in this column, but two, because I received a $50 gift card for Amazon, so I'm putting that into my budget for personal spending, but I'm actually going to use it for a few different things. And then miscellaneous $50 because you never know. And I pretty much always spend it. So yeah. Lastly, we have my income, which is my first check. I'm budgeting $1,400. It's usually like $1,401, but you never know. So I just put $1,400. And then my second paycheck. And lastly, we have, like I said, which actually I probably should have put that in extra instead of paycheck 3, but I didn't pay attention. But yeah, like I said, I get a $50 gift card from work. It was just kind of a recognize our good employee kind of gift card, which was super nice. I love that my job like does things like that because it really makes you feel good about your work. And the reason I got it was one of my bosses went to a conference down in the state that we work for, and one of our clients down there brought me up to my boss and said, hey, she does a really great job helping us whenever we need it. Whenever I call, like, you know, she does great. And so this was kind of to say like, hey, really great job. Like you apparently had a good impact on this client. So that felt really good. Not only just because like my boss was recognizing that, but also because some random guy who I do know who he is, don't get me wrong. But this guy like took the time out of his day at a conference when he's probably really busy to let my boss, which is only one vendor that he works with. He probably works with so many vendors. So let my boss know that specifically I do a good job, and I just feels good. Feels really good. So yeah, I'm going to use the $50 to get a dog toy. I love Schneider's Hot Buffalo pretzels, and you can get like the little, not personal bags, but the smaller bags on Amazon in a 6-pack of those bags for $10, whereas they're like $2.50, $3 a bag if you buy them singly at the store. So I'm going to get another box of those, and then I'm buying some Camo Fitness black leggings with pockets because my only pair of black leggings, like full-length ones, are Victoria's Secret, and I got them in 2019, and they're like, they came apart at the seams, and so my mom sewed it back together, but it probably won't last much longer. So I'm gonna get a new pair. I'm gonna buy a bigger size so my thick thighs don't ruin them. And that is it. So then you can see that in total, I am taking in $28.50 and I'm taking out $28.45. So I have about $4 left over as a very teeny tiny buffer for anything that might go over on my budget. But yeah, there you have it. So with that, I will stop talking and let you guys go. If you like my videos, please feel free to like and subscribe, as well as leave a comment if you have a very exciting September money goal. What is going on for you guys? With that, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you.